Hello everyone. Reuters just reported Moscow exchange will no longer accept US dollars as a collateral. Let's talk how it will affect the dollar going forward. Here is a posting from Moscow exchange official website's bulletin board. As you can see, USD used to be accepted as a 25% collateral when trading currencies, but under the new guidelines, USD will no longer be considered a valid collateral asset when traders are conducting FX and new derivative operations. Let me explain the role of the collateral in FX and derivative operations. It is very similar to your standard retail margin requirements. If you want to borrow money from your broker to say buy some stocks or other financial instruments, you just have to keep a certain deposit in case your position goes against you. This is a collateral. Say you are buying regular shares of Amazon through your broker. If you are keeping this position overnight or long term, you will be required to post a 50% deposit when you open transaction and maintain a certain ratio thereafter. If the stock of Amazon is going up, you don't have to do anything. You just enjoy double profit on your initial investment. If the stock goes the other way, your broker might ask to increase the amount of collateral to protect itself from further losses. The ratio of this collateral to the amount you can trade with will depend on a type of security and the duration of the trade. You can trade with as low as 5% collateral if you are trading intraday on some very liquid asset. But your trader will tell you what is acceptable as a collateral. Here in US, dollars are the only source of collateral available for retail investor. Banks are different. Depending on the type of operations, collateral can be anything from US treasuries to Japanese yen. So according to this new Russian rule, if banks wanted to trade on Moscow exchange, they will have to come up with new alternatives. That will force banks and other participants to diversify away from US dollars and US securities like treasuries and bonds towards some other currencies and assets. Russian central bank recently announced it will restructure its foreign reserve to include assets other than dollars and euro. There were plans to include India's rupee, Chinese yuan and a basket of other currencies. I think all these news are related. The situation is very fluid, but as I mentioned in my previous videos, when a major player like Russia is pushed against the wall, response will be swift and decisive. Putin recently spoke about Russian resolve to conduct independent foreign policy, and I would not underestimate his words. Make no mistake, China, India, Russia and others are working hard to find ways to avoid Washington's control. China is a major producer of goods, Russia is a major producer of commodities. This is not Syria. These countries have plenty of economic influence in the world and a decent military potential. If US and the West continue present course, we will continue to see further decline in use of US dollar in international trade, and that will lead to major problems for US, since dollar is the main export of United States at this time. Moscow exchange is the main financial marketplace, where importers and exporters, along with banks, trade currencies, derivatives and domestic stocks. This is where under the new Russian payment scheme, European companies buy Russian rubles to pay for energy and other commodities. By cutting off dollars from its FX exchange, Russia effectively removes US dollar from any control over trades in Russia with Russian energy and commodities. From what is known at this time, US dollars will be banned starting August 29 in currency trading and new trades with derivatives, while existing derivatives will be apparently allowed to expire. This is a very new development. There are no details as of this time, we can only speculate and wait for clarifications. One thing is very clear. Over time, dollar will be phased out in the region that is home to billions with huge resource and manufacturing influence. Numbers showing usage of dollars and euro in international trade is very misleading. Yes, if you look at the world as a whole, dollar and euro are by far the biggest players still. But if you look at use of dollar region by region, you will see a very different picture. Share of dollar in trade between China, India and smaller players on the regional level a lot less. I will update you as more details emerge. Please subscribe and like so you can continue to receive news on this and related topics. Thank you for watching. Until next time.